35 hours. I just got done with a 35-hour day. Got there at about 9:30 in the morning yesterday. Left at 8:30 tonight. So that makes 35 hours. And, longest I've ever worked is 40. But long time. Pretty eventful, I guess. I'm not going to get all into it. Shit. I think there's more to the story that I'm willing to elaborate on. But yeah, so my entire fucking mindset is to finish this job. And I pulled a double. To me, a double is staying up all night and working. So pulled a double yesterday into today, and then I'm trying to do it tomorrow. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I gotta get some sleep, get up really fucking early, try to go do it. I'm shooting for, I guess, 25 hours. I don't know how it's gonna go. Yeah, 35 hours straight. Is the most I've done on this job. I've done 33, 30, 22, and today was 35. I don't feel bad or anything. It's just tired. Actually, I'm not even that tired because I'm still in that mode of, like, it feels like I'm resting and I'm about to go paint a wall or something. But hoping my body will catch up. But yeah, we had the other painter that was there and his helper walk off the job today. I guess about 2 o'clock. And that was interesting. So now I have. So I started yesterday morning at 9:30, and I just got off work at 8:30. In the middle of that, at 2 o'clock, dude just packed all his shit up and bounced. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into like the whole what happened and all that kind of shit. But well, let's say it like this: like there was no like fight or anything. You know what I mean? Like he was just really upset with. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the way the job is, I guess, being kind of run, maybe, but not really. It's more like dad versus, or like my dad, which is the guy in charge, I guess you could say, versus the customers. And yeah, it's honestly it's been a challenging job. Like there's a lot. In one room I'm painting the spiral staircase room. There's 7 different types of paint in one room. So I have one, two, I have two regular sized bedrooms, uh, a living room, which is about 27, I think. 27 by, it's like 400 square feet. I forget the exact dimension. It's like 405. I think it's like 27 by 15. And then the studio, which is right next to it, which is probably another like 27 by 8. Spiral staircase room, which is a closet, a vanity, bathroom, or a toilet slash shower, not in together. Come on, use your brain. Um, and a little sitting area at the bottom. And then I have the master bedroom, and that's probably like, again, probably a good 400 square feet. And that's just what I'm doing. That's just my house. So it's, each room has at least, I think, 3 different colors, ceiling, wall, and trim. So it's, but the spiral has 7 different colors. The big bed, the other bedroom, has ceiling, trim, wall. So that's 3. Yellow. But like I know I'm rambling, but you gotta remember, like, I just got done working 35 hours. But suffice it to say, I'll try to stop rambling. The, he didn't, he's a subcontractor. He didn't like all the new things that were popping up here and there. Their move-in deadline is Sunday morning. So we basically have one day left until they move in, and then they're there all day, every day. Um, which is okay in certain aspects, but sucks for both us and them and others. So there's a lot to this job. Like, there's a lot that could have been done better. There's a lot, that is kind of the customer's fault. There's a lot that's our fault. There's give and take. You know what I mean? Like, I'm painting 7 different colors in one room. Like, that's hard to pull off. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they want. I'm hopefully capable of doing that. I mean, I've got all the wall color. Like, I've already done that basically, but now it's like touch up, uh, putting everything back together and stuff. But they did chalkboard paint on one wall, which is really cool, but it's a pain in the ass to paint. But I just did it wrong, so it wasn't. I just painted it really, really thick, and it ended up having some drips. I had to scrape it off, mud it, have to prime it, and then redo it. But there's been a lot of subtle changes, but our original schedule was like October 20th, and then we were supposed to come back for like 4 days and touch up what the floor guys missed. None of that has happened. The floor guys fuck some shit up. Even more stuff. The more I go around and touch up, the more I realize like how much they actually fucked up. Doors, and base, and trim, and walls. I was pissed off about the walls that they fucked up, but not to mention the base and the trim, or not the base, but the trim and the door. So that's been a problem, but it's a lot of little, like all these little minute details add up. For me, it's like I'm kind of, I guess I'm a little more understanding because I realize like this is a family of four that is trying to move into their new house that they bought. You know what I mean? It's not like they're trying to fuck people over or like, like they're excited to live in their new house. Like, I mean, personally, I share that excitement because I think they're cool people. They have a cool family, and it's a great house, great location. I get it, man. So I've always been very accommodating. Like, fuck yeah, man, come check out your house. You know what I mean? Like, get excited, enjoy your house. I'll work around you for a minute, but there comes a point where it's like it's a give and take, and they've been really, honestly, like they're probably like the second best customers I've ever worked for. I really like them just as people, but just as like take the people equation, like just as customers, they've been pretty good. To be real, like they haven't really been very. I mean, some people are like always looking over your shoulder, figuring this out, asking you the question. They're more like in conversation, talking about whatever. But I dig them. I dig their style, their little family unit thing they got going on. It's cool. I totally get it, man. Like they're ready to move into their fucking house. Like there's no two ways around it. You know what I mean? Like they're ready to move into their house. Like and so there's a lot of like we're late, but they've scheduled a bunch of things in the middle of what we're doing. We've had to deal with, we as painters have had to deal with a lot of shit. But there's a lot of underlying stuff that has happened during this job that I'd rather not explain here. Things that I've found out, things like that. I mean, things that have clicked that I understand a little bit more clearly, but um, I don't know. It's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're good people, great family, great customers, but their motivation is different than ours. Obviously, I mean, like you would think that's an obvious statement, but you watch how a situation plays out, you see how those two things diverge, right? So like you think, oh well, obviously their motivation is they want to move in their house, blah, 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 get the best deal that they can, the average customer. You know what I'm saying? They want to get the job done in a timely manner for the greatest price that they can possibly. I mean, for a good price, for price versus quality. And I've tried to deliver perfection, and that's just been unreasonable, unfortunately. Um, so I don't know. It's been a give and take. My dad keeps calling it a nightmare job and stuff. I don't think it's been a nightmare job at all. I honestly like. I just worked fucking 35 hours straight, and I've enjoyed this job. You know what I'm saying? Like, mean, call me crazy. You wouldn't be the first, I guess. But I think it's been a great job. I think the only thing that's been a problem, like, I mean, I don't know. It's There has been some miscommunication. There's been a little, Cindy, the wife, the homeowner's a couple, 2 kids. The wife is very artsy. She's very hands-on. And she's very. She picked all the colors. She did a great job with colors. Really. There's not too many colors that she. Actually, I don't think there's any colors that she picked that I didn't really like. There's one color she picked which I really like, which is Moon Mist. It's awesome. It's a really light blue. It's beautiful. I like blue anyway, and apparently her husband does too, because that's his office color. Really cool. Um, this is purple, by the way. So she's very like hands-on. She's ordered everything. She's ordered new lights, new countertops, new sinks, new faucets. They're putting a new roof on. They had a new pool liner, new paint job, new appliances, um, new everything. Right? And I think Cindy, I shouldn't say her name, but the homeowner, the wife, I think she has taken a lot of that stuff on. John has been, the husband has been definitely involved in the process. She's been more design. He's been more um, nuts and bolts and not hardware, but carpentry and stuff like that. So, I've dealt with her more because, I mean, I was like positioned as the lead painter, and Dad's dealt with the husband more, and that's kind of how we've operated. We had some miscommunication in the beginning, which is really just Dad on the power trip. I got kind of resolved, but the wife has really, you know, it's it's like when you first move into a place, like it takes a minute to figure out, like, okay, what do I want done? Like, what do I want done when I read, what I not want done? What do I need to like? You live in a place for a minute, and you figure out, like, okay, I don't like this. This light's got to go. It's not enough light in the closet. Right? What the wife? I keep calling her the wife because trying to like keep people's names. Like that's why I say the other painter. Like I try to keep people's names out of stuff. Um, everybody has a name, but the fish in the pond doesn't have a name. Really inside joke there. But the wife is is trying to nail down all of these things before the lived-in process, and I think the reason for that is this: they've already been through this process for um, transitioning, buying a house, and putting stuff in there, and doing work to it, and we thought they were house flippers. They still might be. I mean, that's not for me, but you know, if they are, so be it. I don't really care either way. But I mean, they're kind of cool. I'd like to shoot pool with John Sydney, she's trying to put the house together in her mind and have it put together before they walk in the door, kind of thing. And that can be difficult. It can be difficult for the homeowner. It can be difficult for the people that you hire, because as time goes by, and the longer that time goes by, you start to second guess your first decisions of, okay, we're gonna have this light. Okay, we're gonna have this thing. We're gonna have that countertop. We're gonna have this. The more that happens, the more things change. The more things change, the more schedules get fucked up. The more schedules get fucked up, people start getting unhappy. And when you start changing things or whatever, and, I say this as like it's all their fault kind of thing. It's really not. It's like a lot of the stuff that they've done is not a big fucking deal. I mean, it takes all of 20, 30 minutes to put a light fixture up. It's not like the hardest thing in the world. So these aren't, bad things. It's when you add up a couple of them and then you add the other side of things. Let's put it that way. Your own personality, your own personal problems, and your own whatever. You couple those two things together, and it creates a big problem. Where it was a small inconvenience, now it's a big problem. And, that's kind of how this job has gone, where there's a couple of small inconveniences have gone to a couple of big problems. But like I said, I mean, I don't really look at it as a nightmare. I mean, I spent so much time in the house over the last fucking month. Like, and I told her the fucking first day, I told her, this is gonna be my second home. Like, I'm gonna fucking basically be here all the time. And I have been. And I knew I was gonna do this. Like, I knew I was gonna have overnighters and stuff like that. Like, I kind of planned on it a little bit, not so much as like, this day I'm gonna stay up all night. I didn't do that, but I knew it was a lot of work. And I went into it realizing, like, there's gonna be some long fucking days. By the way, that's pain in my hand. I really do paint. So yeah, it's just been. I experienced this type of grouping together within restaurants. I worked in restaurants for a long time. You always have back of the house and front of the house. They always fucking flop. And when you have, and all it takes is like one bad seed or one disgruntled employee or whatever. And next thing you know, like there's all fucking war and it can be a problem. In construction, it can be a lot like that sometimes. Somebody's not getting their job done, or not, they're not feeling like something's happening right or whatever, or somebody's getting way too much work piled on them, or whatever the case may be, or all of the above. I mean, all of those things. And like I said, minor inconveniences can turn into disasters and big problems. And I don't really feel like we're there yet. I think the other painter walking off the job today has potential there to cause a disaster if that's the case, but I don't know. You know? I don't know what it is, but like this entire fucking job, I've just had that mindset of like it's doable. Whatever it is, I can do it. And some days I live up to that, some days I don't. You know? I really wanted my door trim and my doors to be fucking silky smooth, and I just have I have not been able to do that with all of the other things going on, trying to spray them, and it's just you know because of the time crunch. You know, I was talking to this with the husband. You know, we went over a couple things, looking at first of all, whoever did the work in that house fucked a lot of shit up. Like they didn't do the butt seams to the sheetrock very good at all. In the middle, they fucked that whole shit up. There's huge, I mean, huge, like, I don't know, a good 8 inches, maybe 10 seams in the middle of every room. It's like, in order to get that out, you really have to float the whole fucking wall out with sheetrock. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I just can't do that. You know, can't float every single fucking wall. I just don't have time, and the amount of money it would cost to do that is ridiculous. I mean, you're talking, it's fucking crazy to float whole walls out. It's very fun. And, at the end of the day, it's not extremely necessary either. So, I mean, the homeowners have said, walls look good, things look, they're getting there. So I'm happy with getting there. I was aiming for perfection, but I have to settle for getting there. Or looks good. The time crunch. That's what we'll deal with. And on my side of things, I fucked my own schedule up. I should have done so many things differently. I sprayed the wrong pattern. It would have been a lot easier if I did what I usually do, which is top and bottom, sprayed all the ceilings, came through, rolled all the fucking walls, and then brushed all the trim. I would have been done ages ago. So I anticipated having a really smooth, high quality, great finish on the walls and the trim and the ceiling because of spray, and it just it's not worked out that way. And a lot of that is my fault, and I've tried to get it there, but it just has not, time wise, and working around things. There are times I've not been able to spray because there's so many people. I mean, me and the other painter would work till. Sometimes he'd work till 4 or 5. I'd work all nighters, so we could spray and nobody was, putting countertops in or whatever. I mean, like I said, there's been give and take on both sides. So it hasn't been all our fault. It hasn't been all their fault, but you have to be able to look at both sides. And I think really it's loud as fuck. But I think really to figure out like how much responsibility to shoulder. Like our schedule's fucked up. We're supposed to be done by October 20th. I'm still like if you gave me fucking 3 full days, like 12-hour days, I'd be out the door. Done. But I don't have that. I have one more day. And I'm gonna try to squeeze in 2 days into that one day and see what I can come up with. But and then you gotta deal with, everything being a new way after that. So it's I know I've talked about this whole thing for like 30 minutes, but this has taken up the last over a month of my life. And then we just had our the other painter walk off the job today, so I just got done working 35 hours. So yeah, it's pretty at the top of my mind. But like I said, I mean, I have not looked at it like a nightmare at all. I think the nightmare is going to be when I go to get paid. And I think I've explained this before. It's like I was teased with making a lot of money in my eyes. And then that got cut in half. And then nickel and dime down to like a third of what the original thing was, which it wasn't the original. I already knew that. There's no way I was going to make that much. But I have a feeling like I've just, and it's already been confirmed by my dad. It's like I've just worked my fucking. I'm not even done working my ass off. And the amount of money I'm going to get is not going to equal that. I already know that, and that really sucks. And I personally don't feel that that's the homeowner's problem. Um, I think that's on our side. There's nothing to do about that. So all I know is I've worked really hard and I've done my best. And I'll let the chips fall where they may. You know, I can't do more than I've already done, and I just can't. I mean, that's the best that I can do. I can say that with extreme confidence. I mean, maybe let's say like this. I'm just going so it is everywhere. It's like 10, 15 right now. But I could have done things differently. And maybe that would have been smart. But as far as I'm concerned, like I've done my best. And the product that I'm going to come out with, I feel is pretty high quality. I wish I had more time to you know, put a little bit more into a couple things, but I think it's still really high quality. So I'm okay with it. We'll see how it turns out. But nightmare job, like nah, dude. I've worked on nightmare jobs. I've been a part of nightmare jobs. This is not a nightmare job. This is a complex job that has had the potential, has flirted with spiraling out of control. Like I still feel like it's doable just because of the particulars of the situation. The amount of work that's left and where that work is, that the painter left, the other painter left, versus the amount of work I have and where it is, and where people are going to be, and all these kind of things. Like I still feel like it's manageable. It just is going to add more time to our job, and I'm not sure that they want to do that. But we'll see. I don't know. All I know is I'm more than willing to work every day. Unfortunately, right now, it's so weird. Like to me, it still feels like Thursday kind of thing. Because like I've been up for so long. Like it doesn't feel like Friday night kind of weird. But right now is actually the Sabbath. So it's Friday, what we call Friday night. And the Saturday day and then sunset is the next day. And again, I'm going to have to work on Sabbath. And it's a shame. I'm not really happy about it. I think this is the third one or the fourth one. You gotta stand up to your religious principle, but you also have to try to live up to obligations. I do it. So, yeah. Like I said, long day, somewhat eventful, but we'll see how things actually turn out. I mean, maybe that he comes back to work. Like, he packed all his tools up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday and said he's not coming back. So, I don't think he is, but he might. I don't know. I can't speak for people. Try not to speak for people. We'll just have to see, man. But it has been a long day. I just ate, so I'm kind of in that mode. Uh-oh. Which is actually a good thing because I gotta get up really early for a long day tomorrow too. Then Sunday, I don't know, I'll probably sleep or something. I don't know. And I think we're going back in on Monday. And their whole house is gonna be all put together, furniture everywhere, and all kinds of shit. So plus the kids are gonna be in school. See how it goes. I mean, I don't mind being there. The only thing is, like, for them, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Like, what up, man? I'll go do my shit. You can do yours. We can talk. Or, like, while I'm painting the wall, I don't mind talking to you. You know what I mean? Fine with me. But for them, like, it's their house, like, their work, like the husband. Like, I'm trying my best to like get his office like down and get the fuck out of there, so like he can work. You know? Same thing with the wife. You know, like she's got stuff to do. So I think I'll be really close to that. And that's basically 4 rooms. So I think I'll be really close. I don't know. I'm going for it. Can't do more. I gotta say, the first thing that hit me when I heard that the other painter was walking off the job at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday, the day before our deadline, was how long can I physically work? Can I just work straight through to Sunday morning? How many hours? I don't know how many. At 2 o'clock, so 9:30 to 9:30 is 24, 12:30 is 27, to 2:30 is 29, is 28, and then two, two Saturdays 24, 2 in the morning is 36. Okay, my math sounds, it sounds like my math is off. I think it's 36 plus, what did I say, 20 something? I need a stenographer. If I was, I'm switching gears real quick just because I can't remember my fucking numbers, but if I was super rich, I would hire a stenographer. Like a real one. You know what I mean? Like a little typewriter shit. I don't want to. I don't want to have it on camera. Oh, like a real stenographer, so I can turn around and be like, "Yo, read that back to me." And then I can get my numbers back. But I think it would be like 70 hours. 36, 27, 6, 3, 63. Seriously though, I've been up for fucking long time. I need to get some sleep. Just one long, fucking hectic, tense. Frustrating. It'll be a rough day. Today was bad. I mean, it was alright. Like, it's not really that big a deal. But I just felt like my own, like, shit coming at me. It's nice to step out of that whole, like, ego trip. You know? Yeah, I went into it a little bit because it's interesting. It's like watching reality television. See a hot girl and you're like, yeah, she's kind of hot. Alright, you got me for a minute. And then they go to commercial and you're like, this. Just keep going. It's kind of like what it was today. Like my ego came in a little bit and I was like, alright, let's see what you got. And it was the same old bullshit. And I was like, alright. But there's a lot of shit coming at me today. Like, it's interesting. How it all turns out, I think only God knows, really. In the meantime, I need to get some sleep. Hit that mode. I get up at 8 yesterday. 36. 38. Yeah, 10%. Body has a weird way of being, okay, yeah, we're about to shut down. What? Which I think is a good thing. Only in certain situations. Let's see that. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be doing this tomorrow night unless I fucking chicken out, call it a day early, which I really don't have. I hate to say set myself up for like I have to fucking go all night. It'll hit me at like midnight, and then I'll be dragging my ass for the next 8 hours. That's kind of how I schedule it though. Like, so I was scheduling 36 hours. So in my head, I'm thinking 312s. So if I have 312s, how do I feel like first day shift, 9:30, the next 12 hours. After that, the middle 12 hours is like the night shift. And then you have the third shift. So you figure out, like, what am I going to do in these 12 hours? I got quite a bit accomplished. Alright, man. I've been up for way too long. And I've been talking for way too long. I think that's going to happen. That's more pain. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm in my hair. Anyway, pray for me. Pray for us. All of us. Customers, workers. We're gonna need it. Tomorrow's gonna be a bit rough. I have a feeling. Will we make it on time? I guess we shall.